The incident remains under investigation by the Metropolitan Police Department's Force Investigation Team. The entire case, circumstances, and evidence will be independently reviewed by the United States Attorney's Office. I will provide a brief overview of the incident. On Thursday, October 19th, 2023, at approximately 4:52 p.m., the D.C. Office of Unified Communications received a 911 call for a person with a gun in the 2800 block of Gainesville Street Southeast. The caller reported that there was an individual outside of the location armed with a gun and shouting at two other people. A description of the individual was given by the caller. Uniformed officers of the Metropolitan Police Department's 7th District responded to the scene, located the individual, and attempted to stop them. The individual fled, and the officers engaged in a foot pursuit. During the foot pursuit, involved Officer 1 broadcast the individual's description, location, and that the individual had a gun in their pocket. Involved Officer 1 then ordered the individual not to pull the gun out. Immediately following the command by involved Officer 1, the individual turned towards the officers and raised a semi-automatic handgun as rounds were discharged between involved Officer 1 and the individual. During the exchange of gunfire, a witness officer was struck and fell to the ground, and the individual fled between two buildings. Involved Officer 2 arrived as a backup officer, was on the other side of those two buildings when they saw the individual emerge and raise a handgun. Involved Officer 2 discharged their service pistol at the individual several times, striking the individual who fell to the ground. Once the scene was secure, other officers attempted to render medical aid to the individual until they were relieved by paramedics from DC Fire and Emergency Medical Services. The individual was transported to an area hospital where they were pronounced dead. The individual's handgun was recovered on the scene. The witness officer who was struck by gunfire was also transported and treated at a local hospital. That officer has been released from the hospital and was actually released on Friday and is recovering at home. The MPD members involved have been placed on administrative leave pursuant to MPD policy. We have posted the videos to our community briefing page on MPD's website.